Hello and welcome to the Problematic Sticker Podcast. That was Gary there. I don't know if that got recorded or not, but no, back to you.
I hope it did.
He is currently fighting the flowers.
I'm fighting flowers, all right.
There you go. Good.
They're evil. I saw the movie. M. Night Shyamalan's movie about flowers killing people. It was terrifying.
Wait, what? That's a movie. Please tell me you're joking.
No. It is a movie, but we're not going to tell you which one it is. You have to go and watch all of M. Night Shyamalan's movies and figure it out yourself.
But would its weakness be like doors or water? You know, the thing that exists the most on this planet. Water.
Yeah, well, yeah, it has two weaknesses. Doors with poor ventilation and being parsed out far away from other people.
Okay, I'm going to assume you're talking shit on Signs, and I don't like that, because Signs is a great movie.
No. I'm just saying, in the event that flowers come and try to kill us, just know that we'll be safest at least 2 miles apart from each other. All of us.
I would say this has nothing to do with anime.
We need to have Mark Wahlberg on our side.
And I would say this has nothing to do with anime, but, you know, there's probably an anime somewhere about killer. I'm sure there's an anime out there with killer flowers.
Let me assure you, there are animes out there of killer flowers with large plant tentacles.
Yeah, we call that hentai.
Hentai?
I was trying to be subtle about it, Gary.
You subtle? Oh my god. What world do you live in, dude?
I'm still happy. I'm still happy I was able to name my hentai on Pokemon Go. Hentai.
Hentai.
Yeah, hentai. It's just a hen wearing a tie. It's just normal hentais.
Hentai. Business chicken.
Business chickens. Well, there's Gary and Chris, as you can hear.
Hello.
Hello. How are you this week, Chris?
I'm alright. Exhausted as always. It's the Christmas season, and everybody wants their fucking Christmas cards and normal shit. I'm a Grinch, dude. I
only have like 4 people to give them to, so I'm good.
You can add a 5th one to that list. Hello.
Yeah, but I can give you a digital one. That'll be fine.
I want a physical card with your autograph on it, please.
Hand it to him in person with your butt cheeks.
With my butt cheeks and my soft hands.
With your butt cheeks.
You say hi.
In your soft hands.
Super all soft hands, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Not even that soft. Yeah. But okay.
Well, not to you. Of course they wouldn't be soft to you. You're touching your own hands.
So, Chris, have you been watching the animes?
I have been watching the animes. I've been watching the Borutos, the Attack on the Titans, and the Sins of the Seven Deadly Nights.
Nice.
And
the Tales of Fairies.
And the Tales of Fairies I've been watching, indeed. Haven't watched the newest episode of Fairy Tail. I'm more in a binge catch-up mode because I've been putting off finishing what's been there of Fairy Tail for so long, and I just don't want to do it anymore. Especially when I have such good episodes ahead of me, or I just watch such good episodes like Lucy Fire.
Yes.
That's one of the funniest damn episodes I've ever seen. It's episode 109. It's called Lucy Fire, and basically Lucy runs into one of the main bad guys for that arc, and he has a voodoo doll. and once you put a pluck of your enemy's hair into it, anything you do to the voodoo doll will happen to them, and sexy times did ensue. So goddamn funny. Anyways, no, it's been a good week for anime for me. Not such a good week for video games, but that's neither here nor there, but prior. And yeah, what about you, Ben?
Oh, not too bad, thank you. I've watched the Boruto, the 7 Deadly Sins, but I've also been reading the Yamcha manga because I bought it with real money because it's real. And yeah, it goes up.
Where did you find it?
I just saw it. I heard about. I've read it online, from Viz, and then I knew they were releasing a physical copy, and I found it in my local bookstore.
Oh, nice. Oh, so like you didn't even have to order online. You just went right in and they had it. Yeah. That's awesome.
So yeah, it's the time I got reincarnated as Yamcha. It follows up to like the Cell Saga, kind of, where Yamcha is the main character. Mm-hmm. In fact, they have Yamcha one-hit KO Nappa. It's amazing.
Nice.
It's Nappa, dude. What were you expecting?
But yeah, basically, because the guy knew... Basically, it was like in the real world. And he watched all of Dragon Ball Z and that. And so he died in the real world and was reborn as Yamcha. But he had all his knowledge of everything that was going to happen. So when he realized about the Vegeta and that, he decided to go visit Kami and go to planet Namek early and have Guru awaken his potential. And then while he was waiting for the Saiyans to arrive, he trained with Nail.
Does he like one-shot Frieza or something in this?
Oh no, it kind of skips the Frieza saga. It only really goes up to the end of the Saiyan. And then there's like a spin-off with the Cell. But yeah, it is like... it was amazing. And the spin-off, and there's a couple of... basically, you find out it's Beerus and Champa that's done the whole thing. They're doing like a weird dimensional chess game. And see who's the smartest by reincarnating two characters. Then there was a spin-off where at the end where a special one that wasn't printed online with Yamcha versus Vegeta trying to win over Bulma's heart. And then they also have an extra manga where Yamcha and Chaozu fuse together to make Yamchus to try and beat Cell.
Isn't Chaozu the villain?
Yeah, Chaozu's the villain. Yeah, yeah, because they both have got the knowledge because they're both reincarnated. They've tried to fuse together to make Yamchu, I guess.
Yamchu.
And then they realise how ugly they look, and they don't even want to leave. They get out of the mirror.
Oh my god!
Let's see how we look. Let's give up on fusion. Agreed.
Wow! Just wow!
Imagine Yamcha, but with one strand of hair on his head, and like rosy cheeks. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I love it. I just love it. So is that an official like fun spin-off? Because I gotta be honest, it almost bad fan fiction.
Yeah, it was done by someone called Dragon Garo Lee. He did it as a joke, as a letter to Toriyama in a Shonen Jump, like Ask Toriyama sort of thing in Japan. He sent it in for a joke, and then they approved it, and he actually got to make his own manga.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Yeah. So the artwork and that, all the stories that is done by that guy, but it was all approved by Toriyama. So yeah.
Well, there you have it. Yamcha reincarnated is official.
Yeah.
Oh, who won the fight between Yamcha and Vegeta?
Vegeta.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Sorry, Yamcha, but you just can't compete with a bad boy like Vegeta.
Yeah. It's like, take good care. Yeah.
Unless it's GT Vegeta, in which case everybody can fucking beat you.
I don't know. He's got that mustache.
Fucking mustache.
Saiyans don't grow a hair on their body, except for their mustache.
And the rest of their body, apparently, except for the chest.
Yeah, Saiyans don't grow. Their hair doesn't change from the day they are born.
The hair on their head stays the same. Yeah. They can grow facial hair, as we've seen, but absolutely no chest hair. Like even in Super Saiyan 4, where they go mostly monkey, even in rampaging monkey form, giant ape form, no chest hair at all.
Now
always
I shall reveal shaven. My giant monkey form. Oh, I thought he meant penis.
You need to give yourself a slap for that. Just the light one.
I love me some Team 4 Star. I love their Dragon Ball Super stuff as well, like where Goku and Vegeta are going for counseling because Vegeta's jealous of Hit. It's like...
What?
Yeah, it's a Team 4 Star parody. It's like, look, just because I'm older now doesn't mean you should go off and pay someone else to come be your new rival. Talk about the episode where Goku pays Hit to try and kill him. Whis is like, tell us how you really feel, Vegeta. It's like, I feel, ever since you met this Hit guy, he's like, he's your new rival and I mean nothing to you.
Next time on VH1's Behind the Fist.
It's like, Goku's like, but Piccolo didn't feel that bad when you took it away for his rival status.
Right?
I didn't have this, like, Goku's like, but Piccolo didn't have this problem. I think the other joke, Team 4 Star Super, one was where, because Trunks has got blue hair in Super, and Vegeta's like, I learned Super Saiyan Blue and you just dye in hair blue?
You just dye your fucking hair blue.
Oh
my god.
Times.
Oh.
Gary,
oh
you're
god.
quiet.
Okay, enough silliness.
Gary? Has he...
I think Gary had enough. I think he was just like, nope, I'm done.
He's done.
He's left.
No, I'm here.
Okay. How are you, Gary?
I'm good. I guess, maybe. I don't know.
That's good enough for us.
God damn it.
So, should we start off with the Dragon Ball Super spoiler shit?
I was just about to say, since you mentioned Super, there was some news recently, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, do you care to hear this, Chris?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, don't worry about little old me.
God.
Gogeta confirmed. Yay. I called it years. I called it a long time ago. I knew it was going to happen.
You did.
I did.
I just wasn't expecting them to just straight up tell you how the fight is going to end.
Well, actually, I've read the spoilers. You don't know how the fight's going to end, Gary.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's going to end worse than how it is now.
Oh, it's going to end worse than even you think it's going to end. Trust me.
Honestly,
I'm so happy.
I don't know which way they want to go on this, because they just spent all of Super basically saying that you're not supposed to rely on fusion powers.
Yeah.
And yet now we're getting fusion again.
Well, fusion has never won any match, really.
No, it hasn't.
I mean...
They always burn out their power too quick. It's useless.
Gotenks was too busy messing about.
Mm-hmm. So was Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta.
So was Vegito.
And Goku even said, yep, Vegito.
Fusion has never won a battle.
Actually, no. Fusion Reborn with Janemba, that did win.
Yeah, but that was a filler movie.
With the Soul Punisher. Yeah, no, it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, officially, no. Yeah, it hasn't.
Any actual canon stuff, it's not won. I mean, unofficially, yeah. Gogeta won against Janemba. Janemba! But the fact that they've got Gogeta as like movie posters, I'm like, really?
Dude,
it makes no sense to me. Why
it's a marketing thing. The marketing. Whatever's handling the marketing is being fucking stupid about it. This is what happened back when Terminator 2 came out, because you weren't supposed to know that Arnold Schwarzenegger was the good guy, but they released trailers for it, and the trailers spoiled that. Yeah. Everybody who saw that movie was supposed to have seen the first Terminator, gone into the second one, knowing that Schwarzenegger is playing the bad guy, and then all of a sudden he's playing the good guy. That's what was supposed to happen. That didn't happen because marketing execs wanted to spoil it in the trailers like they've been doing for the last 40 fucking years.
The only person that's ever done those sort of things correctly is Hideo Kojima, where he had Raiden. Well, he had Snake. Sorry, play in every scene of the trailers, and even in the screenshots.
Mm-hmm.
And then you find out when you played it, you never played as Snake, you played as Raiden instead.
Yep.
So even in the trailers for the game, where it had, they'd put Snake in instead, just to fool everyone.
See, it's brilliant. That's you can't stop revealing your major plot points or your major jokes in the fucking trailers. Just stop. God damn it.
Yeah, it's I don't mind a couple of small reveals, but not the whole plot.
I'm not really interested.
The first trailer for that movie is the only trailer that got me interested in it. Like, they should have just stuck with that goddamn... The third one was Gogeta!
No, the third one was with the one with the Bardock scene.
Oh, the third one was... Well, the second one was all the flashbacks.
Yeah, the third one was the fighting.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
With the music, the cool music. That I'm the only one I like. The only one who liked the music.
The only one who liked it, yep. The first trailer did a lot for me.
Yeah.
It showed you exactly what it was going to be, and it showed you the dire strains they're going to be in. Yeah. And then now it's like, oh, look, they have Gogeta, and they can go toe-to-toe with Brawly. It's like, so you don't deem Fusion worthy enough to save the universe in a Tournament of Power, but it's deemed worthy enough to stop one guy? That Whis and Beerus can actually go and defeat themselves?
Yeah.
Like, really? Fucking really?
Well, like, who knows if Beerus could beat him?
I think the combination of Whis and Beerus can take...
I was going to say Whis, what are we going to do? Fusions again. Is this Dragon Ball Fusions? Are we going to bring out Whis, Beerus, and Whis fused?
But at least in the Tournament of Power, they couldn't fight.
Yeah.
That's when Fusion should have been used, not here. When Beerus can fight. I mean, Beerus, Goku, Vegeta, and Frieza combined, I'm pretty sure can take Brawly.
Yeah.
It's stupid. It's so infuriating to me. Like, Fusion, I love Fusion so much. Like, I love Gotenks. He's one of my favorite characters. The Mag Daddy, I love that character. And yes, he dicked around because he's a kid. It fit his personality. They're kids. Yep. Vegito was awesome when he first appeared. And Vegito, he dicked around, but he did it because he needed to find a way to save Gohan and Boo and Goten, Trunks, Piccolo. He could have killed Boo at any time, but if he did it, then he would have killed everybody else.
Yep.
We all know that the only failure of the Boo arc was if had Gohan.
Gohan failed twice. Twice. He failed twice.
How many episodes of training were there before he finally went up against Boo and he failed? And it was just like, okay, well, he's useless. It's up to Goku again.
He didn't train. He sat there and somebody just gave him power. Yeah. He did nothing.
He did training with the Z-Sword for a little bit.
Until he broke it.
Well, yeah.
Well,
which was the best thing he did because he released one of the best Boo Saga characters.
Yeah, Elder Kai's the best.
But
at least he did something unlike this of Stupid Supreme Kai.
It just bothers me because Vegito couldn't even take down Zamasu.
Yeah.
And maybe with enough time he could have.
But they couldn't stay fused together, and they made a point saying that, they broke because it's too much power. It can't be hit. The fusion form can't be held in the Potara earrings. And Gogeta is a fusion dance creation, and he's supposed to be not as powerful as Vegito.
Yeah.
So what the hell is going on? Exactly. It's this stupid thing again where like their whole power level and ideas that they have they're all over the place.
You know what else did that? GT.
GT
did that, and look how many fusions we had in there that failed miserably. We had Majub, we had the baby Vegeta, of course, we had Super 17, we had Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. All of those fusions failed, and
instantly
GT was terrible.
Gogeta only lasted for 5 seconds. They had to fuse, do one move, they unfused and ran away for the whole fight.
Yeah.
And then they had a chance to fuse again, to do another move.
Yeah, it was stupid. So they're telling me that Super Saiyan Blue will use less energy than Super Saiyan 4.
Exactly. Exactly. Like they'll fuse for a second
Fusion!
According
Split.
to the rules that we're led to believe, they can only fuse very briefly. So is that what's going to happen? It's going to fuse, do a Kamehameha, and then it's going to just be ended like every other crappy Dragon Ball movie?
The moment their fingers touch, they go into each other, and then it's like a transition in and out instantly. Yeah. That's how long it should last.
One pump chump?
I'm sorry.
Half a pump chump.
And the thing is, we see him transforming in the fusion form too. So he's regular, then he goes Super Saiyan, and then we see him in blue in the trailer. It's like, oh my god! Like that's another thing that bothers me. Clearly, you can't beat him in blue together, but you think just regular Super Saiyan Gogeta is gonna be enough? Just go blue. Just go do it.
Promotioning, marketing.
Even Vegeta wasn't that stupid when he went up against Zamasu. He just went straight blue after he fused.
That's because Vegeta...
And he still couldn't beat him. He still couldn't beat Zamasu. Sure, Zamasu is immortal, but throughout the whole fight, he was kind of in the ropes.
That's because Vegito is mostly Vegeta. So therefore, he's smart enough to go, shit, he is quite powerful. I'm going blue. Not Gogeta, where it's Goku thinking, food. I haven't kissed my wife.
And like you said, Vegito is more powerful than Gogeta.
Yeah.
The fusion combined with the Potara earrings, which add even more power, makes him more powerful.
Yeah.
But they can't sustain the fusion for more than, what was it, a minute?
Yeah.
Yep.
In Dragon Ball time, I think it was only a minute. So that's should like probably
10
be 30 seconds.
That's 10 real life hours.
I'm sorry. Like I know people love Gogeta, and I know why they love Gogeta. He's a cool character. I like him too.
Yeah.
But come on, man. Like it doesn't make sense. It didn't even make sense when Kale and Khalifa fused, and the fact that they stayed fused for that long.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they weren't Super Saiyan Blue, but they were potentially Super Saiyan God at that level.
Well, at least Kale was.
Yeah, Kale became weaker when she started.
Legendary Super Saiyan. Yeah, it's like that's what happens with Brawly too. It's like for some reason they're only unstoppable when they're in that berserker mode.
Yeah.
But as soon as they gain some control, it's like they lose some of that power.
Yeah.
And again, I don't know if
that's weaker, and we saw she got weaker.
Yeah.
Also, supposedly,
due to bad writing or
supposedly Broly has a pseudo Super Saiyan 4 mode. So
maybe that's what they're holding back on. Maybe that'll be what they'll show in the final trailer, like the day before the movie releases. Yeah. We'll get Super Saiyan God Broly. Like he just figures out how to do it. Fight.
Yeah.
No, like I said, man. To me, there's only one feasible solution to their fight, and that's if Beerus helps them.
Yeah.
And to me, Whis. The thing about Whis is we know that he's more powerful than Beerus. Yeah. Whis is like the God mode cheat code you put into a video game when you can't beat the final boss. Like, oh, God mode, I win.
Yeah.
You know? At least with Beerus, it's like having Cloud with Omni Slash against Sephiroth.
Yeah.
I mean, you can still lose, but you can still kill him in one move. And so to me, like, Beerus, in my opinion, had to help them in this fight. And from the way it looks like, he's not going to. And it bothers me. It really does. Because
Beerus doesn't like to interfere with mortal, squabbles.
Well, he has to interfere if his life is in danger. He interfered when he killed Zamasu. That had nothing to do with him.
Well, he only
that had to do with the other guy.
That was a god level threat.
Eventually it would affect him, but it's not up to him to decide what happens in somebody else's universe. He could have warned the god of destruction of that universe.
But it did interfere because it killed him. It killed him in his universe.
I know. I'm just saying that if he's going by the rules, he should have just informed their god.
Here's where down in time travel. Something is always overlooked. Yeah. No matter how you get time travel involved, it screws things up. And I've already mentioned my problems with Goku Black time travel shit that they throw in there, and that leads to exactly the same problems that you're talking about now.
I still hate the fact that they didn't bother giving fucking Goku Black immortality. I'm sorry, but
I know, right?
You go back in time. You wish for Goku to possess Goku's body. Then you go back in time using the time ring to gather the Dragon Balls again to wish for immortality. Just use the time ring again and go back in time. And
get immortality on your Goku Black body.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, it's just a big, like.
I mean,
emptied out. Like, really, he didn't think of this. Like,
now I do wonder. Okay, I wonder if immortality would screw up a Saiyan's biology. A Saiyan gets stronger a bit when they're close to death because of the Zenkai boosts. I wonder if the body would refuse to do that if it's actually got immortality.
Or maybe it'd make it even better at it because it just keeps dying. Then they'd be like Doomsday. They just keep dying over and over and over again and eventually go insane and become this unstoppable being.
There we go. That could be the new threat. An immortal Saiyan that has become confused over years.
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
Each time you kill him, he just gets more powerful and comes right back.
Well, they just have Zeno come in and wipe out the universe, and they're good to go.
There you go.
Yep.
The Zeno button.
That's the reset button. Goku is literally carrying a reset button on him.
Yeah.
One side kicks him to Zeno, the other side brings Zeno to him. That's your reset button. Because whenever he uses that, a universe is going bye-bye.
Not just the universe.
To me, the whole idea of Beerus goes against his own character. And we know how much he loves to fight. We've seen it. He got super excited fighting Goku. He got even more excited when he dressed up as Monaka and fought. Mm-hmm. He would think that if he's getting this excited, he'd want to fight somebody who is Broly, who's clearly more powerful than the two guys they've been training this whole time. Why would he not want to fight that guy, knowing how powerful he is? To get that excitement.
Maybe that's the secret threat. Maybe that's it. Is he's going to be like, "Wow, Goku, you suck. I'm going to train Broly now."
I've worked it out. Okay, I've worked out.
No, he won't. Broly is unpredictable. You can't train somebody like that. He's too.
I've worked it out.
Unstable.
Beerus is asleep.
Oh my god.
He's taking a cat nap.
Yeah, Beerus is asleep.
I'm sorry. He literally hasn't done anything of noteworthy since Battle of the Gods.
He saw Boo and thought, "Man, I do want a nap myself," and then fell on Boo's belly, where he's just laying there like a little kitty.
Don't get me wrong. I still love the character very much. Like, he adds a lot of humor to Super, like a lot of it.
Yeah.
Like, him and Whis have been probably the greatest additions to Super.
Yes.
Or to the franchise in a very long time. But it's the fact that everybody's so afraid of him, but from what I'm looking, they shouldn't be. Because clearly at this point, Goku can fight Beerus, Vegeta can probably fight Beerus. So together they can probably take him. We know Beerus fought at 70% of his maximum power against Goku in Super Saiyan God form. So at this point, I'm pretty sure Goku can go 100% against Beerus.
Yeah.
Ultra Instinct.
With Vegeta at his side, they can probably take Beerus. What they're afraid of him for makes no sense.
Which is what Whis has been telling them before, though. He said the fact that if you two actually work together, you could probably beat Beerus.
Mm-hmm. Beerus even said that, like, if Goku and Vegeta would actually put their pride aside and work together as a team, they'd be unstoppable. Yeah. But neither one of them will do that because they both hate working with each other so much that fusion makes no fucking sense.
Fusion.
Thank you.
Hey, at least I can confirm one thing about one spoiler about the movie. I want to confirm. Okay, we're gonna see Veku.
Ooh, I'm excited now.
Yeah.
Roly poly Veku.
Yeah. In case anyone knows, that's the failed fusion of Gogeta, the fat one.
Oh, great! So they're gonna become fat. They're gonna be running away the entire time because they have to wait half an hour to unfuse. So it's just gonna be the stupid. Oh my god! It's be
Fusion Reborn again.
No, it's not Fusion Reborn again. Oh yeah, that, and it's gonna be the goddamn Shadow. It's gonna be Omega Shenron all over again. Come on, dude. Stupid.
I don't know about you, but I want to see Ultra Instinct Fat Gogeta.
I'm sorry.
Jiren turns up and they just see Fat Gogeta sit there. Go, hello, Jiren. I have
it's sad because
Vegeta.
See, you guys said it, and then it's just sad that Goku and Frieza had better teamwork than Goku and Vegeta ever have.
Imagine
and they only did it
fused.
once.
see, like you were mentioning the Team 4-Star earlier.
Yeah.
And that's what's going on, it seems, that Vegeta isn't Goku's rival anymore,
No.
Frieza. Those two are such rivals, such good rivals, that they work together in sync as a team.
Yeah.
So now those two are even more compatible than Goku and Vegeta.
Oh.
Maybe we'll get Goku and Frieza, a Goza. Or Friku. There we go. We'll get Friku.
Hey, I wish they'd go Dragon Ball Fusions route and have multiple fusions, because multiple characters confused with that. We could have.
Oh my god.
Free-Kujata.
Friku Jetta-Whis? Friku Jetta-Whis? I don't know. I just can't, dude.
Bro, Jetta.
I don't even want to talk about it anymore.
It just gets insane.
Broly.
Wait. Broly. Frieza and Broly.
Roku.
How would that... This is like... This is like fucking Fairy Tail, Gary, when they're talking about what if I forget his name. The dude in Evergreen that they're teamed up together. Like, what? I think they're cute. What would a baby look like? And then they try to imagine it. It's got like wings on it and like that big old dumb face, and it's wearing those tiny little glasses.
By the way, if anyone ever wants to laugh, go to dbfg.japeal.com and you can actually generate fusions using it.
Oh my god!
You can pick different characters and then it will fuse them.
It's a huge time sink. You're gonna be in there forever just seeing what.
Yeah, like you too confuse Mr. Popo with Beerus. Mr. Poet.
Mr. Poet. That's like the Pokemon one.
Yeah.
The fucking. God, I can't even remember some of the names of him. Like the Doduo and the. Fuck.
I mean, what would happen if Bulma decided to fuse with Chi-Chi? You know, Goku and Vegeta fused. Bulchi. There we go.
And if you fuse Bulma and Vegeta, you get Trunk. I'm terrible. I need to shut up now.
What does Bulma and Vegeta look like? Bolter. Oh, I can power them up to Super Saiyan. Super Saiyan Bolter.
Oh my god.
I can't even.
All right, so Ben's lost in that times to talk about Fairy Tail, Gary. Actually, what other anime news do we have this week?
Isn't coming next month?
Oh, yes, we have. Oh, let's talk about some stuff. We're getting a Blade Runner anime from the creator of Cowboy Bebop and the director of Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex. It's gonna be hot. I'm super excited.
Ghost in the Blade Runner?
Oh my god. They need to do a crossover right away. We're getting a live-action TV series from Netflix of Cowboy Bebop. I don't know why people still like that show. It's trash.
Wow.
That's so mean, Gary. That's so mean.
That's so mean? I've been called a lot worse. So, yeah, but that's happening. People are super excited, just, for whatever reason. How it changed their life and all that. I don't know.
I'm all for more Cowboy Bebop, but not a live action. I don't like live action animes, any of them that they've done so far.
Well, it depends on the budget. If it's
the Bleach one was really good, actually. I would recommend the Bleach one.
Yeah, it really depends if it's coming from, obviously a Japanese studio that Netflix just decides to publish on their network, or if Netflix themselves are actually making it, which I think from the way it sounds is they're the ones making it. So I think it's actually going to be better, because if it's anything like Altered Carbon, setting-wise at least, I think it's going to be pretty decent. I know people are just going to attack it because they're probably going to whitewash characters, whatever, even though he looks like a white guy to me rather than an Asian guy. But who the fuck am I? But
okay,
yeah.
So I'm not the only one that's always thought that characters in mangas look more American than they do Japanese.
Some of them, I think so, yeah.
I mean, honestly, some of them really do. Especially the blonde characters with the big eyes, they look straight up American.
Yeah, it's very distinct when you have a black character who's played by an actual black guy, and people still complain that they're whitewashing it. And I'm like, how many actual very dark-skinned Asian people do you know from Japan? I don't.
Ernest would be a good answer. I'm actually curious about that.
Yeah,
I'm curious now. You bring it up. What are the?
Maybe you can get some of the more darker skin like Filipino and Taiwanese, but from Japan, I've never. I'm not trying to be racist or ignorant or anything, but I've never seen a black Japanese man or woman. So, I don't know.
I don't know either. That's that's actually an interesting subject to me, because I don't know how the culture is and who's I mean, Ernest would definitely be the better one to ask because he actually lives there. But it is. I mean, I can see. I agree, Gary. It's stupid that people make a deal out of it when there's not actually anything there to begin with. Like the whole whitewashing thing. I don't know. It's a touchy shit.
The thing that really bothers me is they complain that they're changing white character or Asian characters to white characters, but they're not complaining about foreign characters being turned Asian. Like Full Metal Alchemist, for example. To me, the buff dude, I don't remember his name.
Armstrong?
Yeah, he's foreign to me. To me, he would be a Russian guy. Or something like that, not an Asian guy.
Yeah, a big German dude.
Yeah. But no, he has to be Asian. And he's not designed as an Asian character, so please explain to me how that's whitewashing the character. To me, if they when they're making a live action My Hero Academia movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is unsettling to me. But I'm sorry, I do not see All Might as an Asian character.
Well, even in the series, he's American, or at least he's not. How did they explain that?
No, he travels to America.
But he traveled to America, and while he was over there, he looked distinguishedly more American.
They changed this look to look American.
I guess he is Japanese. I don't know. God. It's not a
to me
subject.
Yeah, to me the whole whitewashing thing just I think hurts everything in general.
Yeah.
Because there is obviously Asian actors, but they're mostly famous in Japan, and there's my phone again.
Yeah, most of them are voice actors that do, but they do, and again, I don't look into regularly what they look at over there in terms of hiring, in terms of who can do the voices, who they have available to do the voices, who comes in for.
Well, it's not just voices,
interviews.
I know, but they have actors, real live actors, but they're not famous outside Japan. If you're a Hollywood studio, right, you want to appeal to the whole world, so you're probably going to hire actors that are more known in the world than in just one continent.
Exactly, but like you're saying, if they're doing all of the production and shooting over there, they either have to fly somebody in, or they have to go with the actors that they have there and available and keep it on budget. And so it's not a purposeful thing for these companies trying to be racist. They're working with what they have and the budget that they have. And people try to attach a race issue to these things when that's not the case. That was never even a case in the first place, or a problem in the first place. Like, they're working with what they have and doing the best with what they have. And I imagine their budgets aren't as big as, Disney. So if they're not going to have the budget to fly out, who's the Idris Elba to play, a character over there, then they're going to hire whoever they can get locally out there, and that's going to be their own celebrity. So I agree with you, Gary. The whole reverse whitewashing and reverse whitewashing. I don't like I don't like the films because I'm just not a fan of the live action anime films. But like, give me a Train to Busan or an I Saw the Devil, fucking perfect. Amazing fucking movies. Give me more of those. And just everybody stop complaining about whitewashing characters. That's my opinion. You just have to look at what the demographics are of the area, who they can hire, who's available, what the budget is. There's a lot more to it than people just trying to purposely be racist. That's the point that I see when we talk about this. So there's always more to it. There's always more to it, and when people get up in arms about it, I think it does more harm than good in certain areas.
I think it does. Ghost in the Shell is a perfect example. I thought Ghost in the Shell was a good live-action movie. And for the most part, 70% of the cast was Asian. But obviously the main characters weren't, but it followed the story good enough. So why attack it? Well,
because Makoto's supposed to be
Asian.
Japanese. Yeah, Asian. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, that's stupid to me too. It was stupid that it even was brought up in that scenario. But that's me coming. That's coming from my opinion that I just stated. That it's like people need to calm down and really think about like what goes on behind the scenes at production studios and just chill.
Yep. Sorry, Ben. We've taken up all the time in the world.
See, he left.
Ben is like, I'm done with you guys.
I'm done.
Well, if Ben is gone, I guess we'll continue. I hope.
Yeah. What else is going on in the news, Gary?
Crash or anything? I think those were the big stories in the anime world. Yeah. Maybe just quickly move on to the dailies until Ben comes back around. Let's go with Attack on Titan. Let's talk about, in my opinion, one of the worst season finales to an anime I have ever seen in my life.
Why is that, Gary? What was so bad about it?
It did absolutely nothing. It was a horrible filler episode that was worse than the filler episode.
Nothing happened.
It was them sitting around eating meat because they don't get to eat meat a lot. And essentially, if it did anything, it showed me that, we're all Titans because we're all savages, because they all acted like savages because they're eating meat for the first time in like 10 years probably.
And they're doing this after really pushing your face in the fact that Titans are humans. Like, they're trying to make the point, but nothing.
Because we didn't catch on to it. All the transformation.
Yeah. They're basically telling you everything you already know, and nothing happens in the episode. I did enjoy the scene with Sasha, basically going fucking nuts, and them having to tie her up
over meat,
keep her from eating the meat.
Oh my god,
that actually fit her character because that's how crazy she gets over food, and it's always been a funny thing throughout the series. So I did like that. I thought that was fucking hilarious. And then Eren and Jean getting into the who's this tougher man battle in there was pretty funny when they just keep going, and after about 20 minutes they're like, why is nobody stopping us? I can't let down this charade. And then Levi just comes in and just wrecks them both. And basically, you're being loud, shut up, and kicks them both on the floor. But yeah, beyond that, What else happened? They set out.
Nothing happened.
Retake. Well, they set out to retake Wall Maria, and hopefully by season 5 or 6, we might actually get into the basement. We're only up to season 3, so I'm expecting 3 more seasons until we get into the basement.
So here is where my confusion comes from now. That wall and that city is gone, right?
Yep.
So on the way to Wall Maria to rebuild the wall, what is the point of rebuilding it if all the Titans have already passed that wall and they're in that area, like past it?
Well, I think what they're doing is I think their idea is they're going to go there, they're going to secure the place, they're going to block off the wall, and then they're going to go into the basement and see what happens and see what's in there. That's what the idea in their heads is. What they don't know for sure, but they are expecting that Titans are there and they're going to encounter resistance. Or although they know they're going to encounter resistance, but they don't. Yes, Yeast. What they don't know is that whoever this Beast Titan is,
which we saw a glimpse of.
Yeah, my hunch is that it's probably Aaron's dad's brother, because I thought it was Aaron's dad when they first showed him, but it obviously wasn't. But yeah, that's
his dad.
I think there's some relation there. No, I think that's my hunch.
Did they
my personal hunch? They've never said anything. They've never revealed anything to that. But the guy that's the Beast Titan reminded me of Aaron's father, and as we saw in this episode, Aaron's father was found wandering around outside the walls with amnesia. No idea how he got there. No idea the way people lived in or outside of the wall, like anything like that. They revealed that in the I think last episode. So my hunch is that there's some relation there. I'm guessing brother to Aaron's dad. And obviously he's like holds all the information. Whatever his knowledge is, the Beast Titan, and whatever is in the basement. And, of course, whatever Reiner and Bertolt and Yamiel all know, I'm pretty sure they're going to encounter all of them when they reach the city, Sheningara or whatever the hell it is. The name of the city that was right outside Wall Maria. Yeah, I think that, and then we're going to have the big showdown there, is what I'm seeing. Everything is going to come to a head. And again, my own personal theories is they're talking about whatever the first king's will is, and the answer is in the basement. Like I said, I think that this takes place in like the way far future from where we're even at right now, even though they're all like fighting with swords, old school cannons and things like that. I think that's going to be the big secret. That's the reveal. But yeah, that's where they're headed now. So we'll see what happens. I'm sure a bunch of shit is going to happen. We even get to Aaron's former city, his hometown. But yeah, who knows? Everything's just so crazy with it right now that like I said last time, I'm exhausted. This whole journey here has been exhausting, and the season finale was a terrible season finale. It really was. I agree with you 100%. It really
was. Like, it was a filler episode, and it's like they just, we forgot we need to take a break to start the next season. They just ended at this episode. Something. Or like they caught up to the manga and they're like, oh shit, we can't continue. And here, the season's over.
No, the manga's a lot further ahead from what I've heard. Because they already know about the basement. So.
It's yeast.
It's yeast.
Well, it's probably a bunch of dildos.
The world's worst yeast infection.
I really can't wait for that to be true. Both of them. No, I really can't wait for the yeast theory to be true. It's going to be beautiful.
To be beautiful.
That's what this is. Here's the final grand theory of the Attack on Titan universe. It happens in the future, and we learn to cultivate yeast to help us, but it turned on us, but it gave us superpowers, and the first king, in order to save everybody, decided to lock everybody in the walls and just forget that we ever had this technology.
Also, Gogeta's there for some reason.
Also, Gogeta's there for some reason.
And Emma Shyamalan is revealed to be the director.
And then all along we find out Titan's afraid of doors.
Why?
God damn it. Well, moving on then, Ben, since we skipped Boruto, you want to tell us about this new episode and what you think?
After last week's reveal of the fact that the Tsusukage Inuku actually betrayed them in a way, they continued on with that. Basically, found out that they were working together to create a army to help protect the young ones. That's what these whole beast things are.
Synthetic humans is what called.
Are you caught up too?
Yeah, he watched this week.
Yeah, yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
I don't know everything, obviously. I don't know everything.
Anyway, as I'm going to call them now, Hollows from Bleach.
Because, yeah, they call them a kudos.
Yeah, kudos. Anyway, they basically Ku pins down Boruto, sorry, and then they start talking about their plans, about how they plan to make these to protect the young'uns because the young'uns are so weak because of the lack of fighting. After the village got attacked recently by people. I don't think they revealed who actually attacked them, but someone attacked the village and killed a few people.
But he has they're in this Boruto and what's his name, Okuto they're in this the Sylvie Plains or something like that, the Salvi Plains. Like, it's basically a hidden world that the youngsters of the rock village, of the hidden village of the rocks, would go and train in.
Yeah.
To teach them how to ninja basics 101, like how to survive off the land.
Yeah.
And he's telling Boruto, because Boruto doesn't know how to survive off the land, and he's actually like, okay, well, Boruto calls a truce with him. Yeah. Or does he call a truce with Boruto? Either way, they call a truce, and he shows Boruto how to survive off the land in here.
Oh, no, that's next week's episode. I haven't seen that yet.
Oh!
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I will shut up then.
Last week's
you went into the subtitled episodes, didn't you?
Oh, no, I've been watching the subtitles. It's just that the new ones come out a couple of hours before our podcast.
Oh,
yeah. I'm sorry. I got caught up today, right before the podcast.
Yeah, that's when the new one goes live. So
my bad, Ben. Okay. Sneak preview for this week's episode, but last week's episode.
Yeah. Anyway, so they basically Ku attacks Boruto because of the fact that he doesn't want him to stop. Anyway, they find out that Mitsuki is being scanned and they're doing stuff to him. And then we find out there's a cursed seal on Mitsuki's heart, which I'm not surprised. I mean, it's Orochimaru. He is, he's secretive. He doesn't want people to know his information.
Yes. So, as a good ninja should be.
Oh, yeah. Well, Orochimaru is the best ninja. He survived so much.
Yeah. And now he takes care of flowers.
Yeah, he does. He is best ninja. Mitsuki's best boy. So.
Mitsuki is best boy. Yeah. Do love Mitsuki. But that's interesting too, is because now we're really getting into. I have a feeling we're really going to get a lot more character development.
I really hope so, because I like the character.
Yeah, and then they're talking about like why synthetics were created now.
Yeah.
And they're getting into like, do these creations have soul?
Yeah.
What is a will? Mitsuki's he's always trying to figure out like will and that, like, what does a will mean? What does it mean to have a soul? So I think we're going to be getting a lot of character growth with this big arc that's coming up, or that we're in the midst of now. But I like that. I obviously like this episode because I wanted to talk about it already.
I can't wait to see that episode. I'll probably see it for next week.
Yeah,
I'd
love to talk about it.
That was this week's Boruto. last week's Boruto.
Well, and Boruto escapes with
after he got attacked.
Otsuki. Yeah, he escaped. He basically kidnaps Otsuki,
and
while
really
trying to avoid
him. Basically, Ku attacks Boruto, but hits the pillar, and it's going to hit Anaku. And Boruto, being a nice person, actually saves him.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right. And then,
and
but yeah,
that's with him.
And that's where the second episode starts. Is basically he's got him on his back, and he's trying to avoid the Okuto that are in the hollows that are trying to find them.
So you know what I've noticed?
What's that?
Boruto sounds like what GT should have been, where it's not about Goku or Naruto in this case, but actually about the other characters.
Yeah.
Pan was what made GT great. Pan was what made GT fucking great. That's literally the only thing that was good about it.
But yeah, Boruto has they've really been good with the other characters. Even with this, where there was a fight scene where they basically involved the main character, they still showed that Chocho saved Boruto when she used great expansion jutsu.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because like Naruto is in the show, right? But it's not about him.
No, it isn't. He's in the background all the time.
Yeah, I mean,
he's
it's
helped
pretty
them.
much.
He's helped them a few times, but nothing as a with the fact that he warned the current cage that they were on the way by contacting them, but he never actually appeared in it. He just sort of gave them a warning that the kids are on the way. Yeah.
Yeah, that's something else that I do like about it. Piggybacking off your comment, Gary, is that's why I think Boruto is actually really good, a really good successor to Naruto, because now we almost, how can I put it? You know how usually you're given a story and then some people will give you a prequel? It's like we got the prequel already with Naruto, was a great series, and now Boruto is like, okay, that story's over. This is the world now that has arisen out of the great ninja, and let's see what the children of our favorite characters are doing. And so now you've got like different character combinations with them, with who got busy with who, and so it's not. It's more of the same, which we like, but it is new, and it is expansive, and it is expanding on the Naruto universe and all that. And that instead of trying to make more Naruto, they're trying to make Boruto.
Yeah. Which
is what they should be doing, with the good base that they've built, which is what GT didn't do.
Now look at Boruto. He doesn't want to be Hokage, unlike his father and his grandfather.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a completely different character from Naruto, but still shares enough of those same similarities that it's we still feel the Naruto-ness from the series. I remember I asked you guys a while back like how Boruto held up to Naruto and that, and I haven't seen all the Boruto episodes, but from what I have seen, it's holding up really well, and it's a fresh take on everything. So I know you were never a big fan of Naruto, Gary, but I don't know, maybe you'd like Boruto.
Plus Mitsuki's best boy.
Mitsuki's best boy. Chocho's best girl.
Yeah. Excuse me, the weirdo that from the anime you told me to watch. The spin-off show that you told me about. I don't remember his name.
Oh, the Rock Lee spin-off that Ben had?
Yeah, Rock Lee. Boy.
Yes. Rock Lee is best boy.
Rock Lee is best boy.
Well, Guy Sensei is best guy.
Oh my god, Guy Sensei is phenomenal. That dude is so funny.
Oh, shit. Now I want to go watch that series. All right. Is that it for Boruto?
Yeah, a bit. There was a lot of fight in this episode, so.
Good fighting?
Good fighting.
Good fighting. Cool. Anything else, or should we jump into Tale? Jump into some Lucy action.
Oh my god, yes. Oh.
Now, I didn't see this new week's episode. As I said, I've been trying to play catch up.
Well, that's fine.
But I'm still, it's the nature of the business. I don't mind. So, Gary, please, if you would tell us what happened this week in Fairy Tail.
Yeah, so the last episode we find out that Gray is actually under, and this week's episode we find out that he's actually been working with Urza. Urza and Joel, when they left after the Fairy Tail Guild got disbanded, Joel had her pretty much told her about this guild, or it's not really a guild, it's more of a cult, the cult of Zeref. And their whole goal is to resurrect Zeref so he can, bring about destruction and reshape the world in his image. The thing is, they don't know that Zeref is already alive and well, and that he's actually a kid who doesn't want to do evil things, but he can't help it. Everything he touches gets destroyed. And so
Gee, that plot sounds familiar. It's almost like I'm watching the exact happen.
Oh my god.
For the record, you find out, you meet Zeref in the arc that I'm on right now, which is the... I can't remember the name of the island that they're on, but it's like the Zumbalduba Island arc. Mm-hmm. And that's where you first meet Zeref. And they talk about that exact same thing. That's why Grimoire Heart is after Zeref, because they want to resurrect him and bring about the destruction of the world where only high-powered mages can live. So. Yeah.
So all these guilds believe he's still dead, but Zeref is very much alive and well. He's just locked himself away on this island because he doesn't want to destroy the world. But anyways, so Gray, after rescuing Natsu and Lucy and Happy from the dungeon that they're in, pretty much blames them for for having to expose himself as essentially a traitor to this group that he's been befriending. And he pulls out a cell phone, which is fantastic. And he gives it to Natsu. And Natsu's like, what the heck is this? What do I do with this? He's like, hold it up to your ear. And Urza starts talking. He starts freaking out. He's like, how are you talking to me? You're not even here. It's great. Yeah, it's like some new technology that they've invented that uses lacrimal crystal. It's just a cell phone.
I love it. Well, yeah, Natsu's probably hasn't seen any of this.
Oh yeah, and they now have like earpieces too, so they can talk wirelessly.
Oh my god,
it's fantastic. But anyway, yeah. So Urza, with Joel's help, has been working to stop this group, and they ask Gray why he hasn't just stopped them himself, because he's powerful enough. And he's like, there's more to it to that. It's not just these guys. It's like this entire massive organization that's spread across the world. And pretty much at this point is the only way he's been able to stop them is because they're all gathering together to pretty much destroy this entire city and kill everybody in it, because they believe they can kill everybody in it when, as they call it, purify the land. And with all the bloodshed that they cause will help them pretty much summon Zeref to them.
Oh, no. God.
Yeah, so...
I like stupid enemies.
Yeah, so Natsu, Happy, and Gray take off, and Urza is also coming in from behind where the army is. And Natsu and them are trying to cut this massive army off in the city's gates. And obviously they arrive, and these guys are like, oh, this is Gray, he needs to be here. And they know that he's kind of a traitor. They're assuming he's the traitor. And obviously he is, but they pretty much set off their plan for purification, and this massive horde of random-ass soldiers who believe in the cause start storming the city, and then Natsu, Gray, and Lucy are the three just standing there, and Natsu just like creates this giant like explosion and just like wipes out like thousands of dudes in one hit. He's just so goddamn powerful.
It sounds like that's what they're doing slowly, is building up to just see how much more powerful Natsu's got.
Well, they've all gotten so powerful, and Gray starts doing, powerful ass attacks, and like they start talking about how they've both been training since, disbanding the guild. And then Lucy's like, I've been training too, and she calls the cow Celestial Wizard. And one of Lucy's new abilities that came from her training is she's able to take on, I guess, the persona of her celestial wizards now, or not her celestial
spirits. Yeah.
Yeah. So she kind of gets an outfit that resembles who she summons, and she's able to use like specific powers. Yeah. So now she's like a cowgirl because she has like, the cow dude's abilities.
My
and
God.
She fights with the whip and stuff, and yeah, she's wearing like a bra with the cow design on it.
Dude.
Yeah,
no.
and
last week Charla, and this week seeing a cow. I love it.
Yeah, and when she summoned Charlotte, I didn't understand because I guess I missed it, but they said about her new power there because she was in a maid's outfit. And I didn't understand why she was in the maid's outfit. It's because she took some of the abilities from
Virgo.
The wizard. Yeah. And there's my phone again. I'm so sorry.
You're popular today, Gary. So, like, I really love something that I want to mention. I really love about the Fairy Tail series is that it's not based on power levels. Most of the times that it's been like the big battle between the two wizards, it comes down to kind of like how One Piece does, where it comes down to ability and how you utilize your ability and how you utilize your enemy's ability against them. Sometimes Natsu can like win with brute force, but this is Gary's favorite type of character, and it has absolutely grown on me to become one of my favorite character archetypes. Is the stupid hero. Natsu, for all intents and purposes... No, it's true. Because Natsu is, for all intents and purposes, kind of like a goof character. He's a gag character. He only cares about eating. He gets motion sickness really easily. He's always making like dumb jokes with Happy, but he's brilliant. He's a brilliant wizard in the way that he figures out how to win fights every time. Like that's why he's such a powerful character. It's not just that he has powerful Dragon Slayer magic, because we've seen other wizards' magic is more powerful than his in the series, but he can figure out how to win the fights, basically emptying out his body of magic power to take on the other person's properties, or the way that he can utilize their own attacks against them. Just I'm trying to think of another specific fight. That was the one that most recently came to mind. But yeah, so there's. I've always felt there was a good balance in the fights in this series, with how all the magical abilities are used. So them showing like Natsu's gotten a lot more powerful is really awesome, and I'm excited to see more like how he's grown as a wizard, how everybody's grown as a wizard in this series, and it sounds like that's what they're getting to with this.
Yeah, they are. And it gets even more because like obviously these group has their own like super powerful wizards. And right now they're just using grunts, and they're just getting wiped out by Natsu, Gray, and Lucy, and her bull. And Urza's coming in from behind, and she's obviously, we know how super powerful she is. She's just wiping everybody out on her own, so they decide that they're gonna have to go in and fight. So one of their guys, I don't remember his name now, but he has the sword. It's like a dark sword, and everything it touches decays. So Urza is set up to fight him, and Urza has a new costume. And again, I don't remember what the name of it is, but essentially she has like she has 6 swords, but they're like super massive swords, and she can control them on a whim. So they're like telekinetic swords, so they just fly and just own everything. And this guy shows up, and he starts destroying her swords as she's trying to block against him. And she's kind of like, oh, shit. She has this look of like, oh, damn, this is going to be hard. And then this guy's like, everything my sword touches gets destroyed. And she's like, so you're a melee fighter? He's like, well, of course. And so she just like long-ranged his ass in one hit and just took him out in one shot. And he couldn't do anything with this melee sword.
Yes.
So this big dude that they were building up just taken out by Urza. And then 2 more of their main wizards go, and one of them has the ability to like create shockwaves, and she starts fighting Gray, and her other ability, she can use like multi-form. And the thing about hers is so she can create 3 separate images of herself, and each one is a different emotion. So sadness, happiness, anger, and something else. I don't remember what the other one. So she splits herself up in different emotions.
Joy, fear, disgust.
I don't know.
Sorry.
I don't remember.
Those are all the things that Chris said when he saw me.
All the emotions I felt.
So they start fighting, and then the other wizard is a really interesting one because her power is to pretty much give you diarrhea. Like, literally, that is her power.
See, won't that be useful? How many times have I told you guys, I want to be able to either vomit or shit on command. And just, nobody wants to fight you. Nobody will want to fight you. Like, all right, so, throw down. Bleh.
Yeah, so she starts going up against Lucy, and Happy's with her, and so is the cow. And the cow's like, I gotta get out of here. I can't hold it in anymore. It was so great. And Lucy's dying. Happy's just like unconscious in the background. She's like holding his stomach. And that's when we find out that Wendy shows up. And Wendy's wind magic can cancel now. She's gotten to the point where she can actually cancel other people's magic. Which is pretty cool. So she essentially just cancels her magic and allows Lucy to kind of fight back. And they take out this girl again instantly. Like, Lucy just like gut punches her. It's like, Lucy's gut punch special ability. Like, oh no, now I know what it feels like. But yeah, and then we also find out that one of the girl that used the multiform, one of her emotions admits that she started to fall in love with Gray. And she's like, oh, I started to fall in love with her. And in this instant, in the background, we see fucking Juvia in the shadow right behind Gray. She's like super pissed off. He's like, is this why you ran away from me, Gray?
Oh, no.
Like super angry in the background. And she just goes and like wrecks this chick in one shot because of her power. She's like, oh, my Gray. She starts running at him, gives him a hug. He's like, so we're not even going to talk about what you just did? He's like, what happened? I don't know what I just did.
I think Juvia's powers are based on emotions.
It seems that way, yeah. Like, if he's in love with her, she can become super goddamn powerful. And I think we've seen that. You'll get to what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that was essentially the entire episode. There is one more general that they're going up against, and he looks like he's actually going to be a challenge because he's got like a metal mask on, so we can't see what his face looks like. He's like really big. He's got like a samurai armor looking thing, but from what it looks like in the preview to the next week's episode, he's gonna give them some trouble. So, yeah, that was the episode. It was again a very good episode, I thought. Because it showed that how powerful they have actually gotten since the disbandment of Fairy Tail. And in a way, I feel like that was Makarov's whole plan, was if he disbanded the Fairy Tail Guild, it'll force them to go out and actually improve themselves, to join other guilds and stuff like that, because they kind of, in their own guild, became very complacent. What did they do? They just sat around drinking all day, eating food, and half of the time, most of them never went out on missions to do it.
Mm-hmm. And then most of the time, single wizards got their asses kicked, and it was only when they pulled together as a guild that they could win. Mm-hmm. But true, yeah, like individually, they were strong, but not strong enough to do that. I'm wondering if they're taking a page from One Punch Man and kind of going to do that with Natsu, where like everybody is just going to have trouble with this guy, and then he'll just come in one shot. I'm like, oh, that's how powerful Natsu's gotten.
Yeah, maybe. Like, I don't know, but yes, from what it looks like, they're really building up to obviously this encounter that's going to happen with Zeref. I mean, this is the final season, so it's going to have to happen. there is one thing I did forget to mention, and it was at the very start of this season. And what had happened is at the very beginning of the season, they showed Natsu, Lucy, Urza, Happy, Wendy, and Gray and Juvia. So was that 7 characters?
Yes.
Excluding Happy, 6 wizards. Because Happy and Wendy are just kind of there. They're sitting on a hilltop with like one tree. They're completely beat up. Like everything around them is destroyed. And from what it looks like, that's kind of where the season's leading into, is obviously this fight against Zeref is going to be so destructive that the 6 of them are really going to be the only ones left standing to stop Zeref. Yeah, so it kind of just sees them like exhausted laying there, and then they kind of get up, and Urza says, "Are you guys ready for this?" And they just kind of stand up together, and then it cut to the opening cinematic, and then to where we are now with Natsu reuniting with Lucy.
Yeah.
So kind of the foreshadow of what's to come. But yeah, I very much enjoyed this episode, as I've enjoyed actually all the episodes this season so far. Like I said, it's great to see how powerful everybody's got. Wendy has gotten really good. What was her cat again?
Charla.
Yeah, Charla. She's fighting now in her half human, half cat form.
Yay!
So she's able to fight. So yeah, I think it's just building up to the idea that they had to have gotten so much more stronger in order to take on what's to come.
And Makarov foresaw that and said that it would, and that's why he did it.
Yeah,
or at least that's what the suspicion is.
And obviously, you'll get to some points in the season as you continue to watch, Chris, where you learn a lot more stuff about Gray and the book that the Tartarus Guild had. It's called the EDF book, and what that means to him. He plays a huge role in that.
Does it mean Earth Defense Force book?
Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, that was the season. The only thing that bothered me in this episode was it did have some slight dips in animation, where some of the characters definitely were better animated than the other ones. For some reason, Lucy took kind of a hit this time in her animations, especially when they showed her kind of from a distance. But
weird.
But yeah, Gray's new abilities are pretty cool. He's obviously learned to do the ice attacks without doing the signs now. He does the cool one where he just like snaps his finger and the giant pillar of ice just takes out like hundreds of dudes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So yeah, they've definitely got more powerful, and Gray is definitely more matured. Like, he acknowledges that Natsu is like his best friend. Natsu and Lucy are his best friends. He straight up tells him that. It's not it's not like a rivalry between the two of them. It's like they know that together, like Goku and Vegeta, fire and ice combined can really do some damage.
Mm-hmm. Well, awesome.
Yeah, but you've been watching Fairy Tail.
I have. I love Fairy Tail. It's funny. It's funny. I've got to. So just so funny. Remember, I actually watched Fairy Tail first before you.
Yes.
I'm like, hey, check out this Fairy Tail anime on Netflix. It's fucking great. I finally checked it out, and you just like barreled ahead of me. You binged the shit out of 200 fucking episodes before I could blink, and I'm like, what? You're ahead of me? Goddamn. But that's because
it's too good, man. It's too good.
Yeah, it is. It's just so great. Can I? But I don't know how much time we've got left, Ben. I just want to quickly jump back. Since you mentioned, like, at the beginning of Fairy Tail, it showed what happens in the future a little bit, and then brings you back. Did you watch the ending credits of the Attack on Titan season finale?
No.
There's a really brief scene in the ending credits, cuts out and starts doing a bunch of like the TV's being hacked, it's showing you a bunch of different footage, things really, really quick. And go check it out, because it actually shows... Sorry, I'm jumping back to Attack on Titan, but I have to because we didn't talk about it. Go check it out. It shows what appears to be a bloody Levi standing in front of a recently just transformed Eren, or de-transform back into human because he's got the eye lines on him. And Levi is about to kill Eren, and Mikasa attacks Levi and holds the blade up to his throat, and then it ends there. So
like
I
think to the next season.
Yep, a really quick preview to the next season that I actually thought was the best part of the season finale. So I would recommend going and checking it out because it looks like next season really is going to be fucking crazy on Attack on Titan. So sorry, you mentioned the pre part, and I had to jump back to that because I forgot about it.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, okay. Did you have anything you want to say, Ben, about Fairy Tail?
I've
You've
never
been
watched
quiet.
it, so no.
You're missing out on one of the funniest animes of all time, dude.
I really should.
We should have some watch parties together.
Yeah. There's a cool service which you can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the thing that sucks is everything shows differently speed-wise. So you might be watching it at the same time as us, and it'll be like behind or ahead.
I'll talk about it after this because I don't think it's legal.
Sweet. Yeah.
Oh my god!
Illegal. What are you talking about?
I mean, we always support legal stuff. Please support the official release.
Oh my god! Fantastic, man.
So yeah. Anyway, let's wrap this show up.
No, I want to talk about the other stuff I watched, but okay.
But I'm going to say this now. I think next week we're probably going to skip most of the weeklies. And have a 7 Deadly Sins podcast where we spent the whole podcast. Because I feel like this show's big enough that it needs a whole podcast.
Yes. Escanor, baby.
The best character.
So, Gary, have you got any shout-outs?
Shout-outs to you guys, of course. Tim, you're probably not going to be on next week, so... But yeah, you guys, Fonzie, miss you, friend, my boy Ed. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay, Chris.
Yeah, I'd like to thank friends, fans, family, you guys. Tim, love you, miss you. Alphonse, love you, miss you more. Can't wait to have you back on the show. Neil, what am I going with this? I miss you, Neil. I love you, Neil. Wait, who have I done already? If you'd like to follow my insanity, you can catch me on Twitter at Devangelo.
Who have I done? You haven't done me.
I said you guys.
You know what I mean.
Guys. Gary, I love you. Yes. Well, I was really kissing Gary's ass last night, so we kind of got used to it. Yeah, I believe that's it. Thank you both.
I'd like to shout out to Klaus, miss you. Shout out to Neil, hope you're on soon.
Klaus, that's who I forgot.
Shout out to Alfonso, hope you're doing well, mate. Shout out to anyone that listens to the anime podcast. Hope you've enjoyed this week's episode of the Problematic Sticker. We'll be back next week with the 7 Deadly Sins special. I don't know how many more weeks we've got this year, so we'll see. Until next time, Bulma is best girl. There we go. Bye. No, don't do it. It's too powerful.